Okay, sixth form, we're going to look at simplifying Karnaugh maps now as a quick exam practice. So I've actually got this question where you have to simplify the following Boolean algebra statement. I'm just going to make that bigger just to make sure everybody can see it. So one of the first things you should always remember is what these symbols mean. Okay, not as fairly easy to remember, but where people make mistakes is mixing up and or. So that's and, okay, and that's or. Okay, if you want to be posh, conjunction and disjunction, but and or is fine. Now, how do we fill out the Karnaugh map now? So what we're going to do is actually work out how to do this. Now, the hardest way to do this is to look at each one and plug the numbers in. Okay, so if we look at this first box, we've got A and B of both all zeros, and so is C and D. So what I can do is I can say, okay, well, I've got C equals 0, D equals 0, and I've got A equals 0, and B equals 0. And then maybe I can create myself a little table, because I know I've seen some students do this before, so I might do something like this. Okay, so V4, like this, and then I might go, okay, so I'm just going to make this bolder so I can fit it in. So I'm going to have A, B, C, D, and the answer. And then I might have, well, they're all zeros at the moment. Okay, well, got not C, well, that's going to become 1, isn't it? And then not D, well, that's going to become 1, isn't it? Okay, and because one side of that all is 1, well, that's going to be 1. Well, now I'm going to try the next number, so that's going to be, C and D are still 0. And then here we've got A is 0 and B is 1. And I can just go through that and create that ad nauseam. Now, that is possible, and you can do that, but think about it, you're going to have to do that for every single square. That's a really, really long process. There's a much faster way. So, remember that these are or. So it's this or this. So it's never both at the same time. That means I can think about one of these at once. So now look at this. It says not C and D. Well, look at my boxes. Where have I kind of find not C and not D in one place? If you look at this, not C and not D are true basically in this row only. So actually, I can very quickly just do that because I know that's going to be the case. So I've just found where is not C, where can I find not C and not D? Well, it's right here. Boom. Okay. Where can I find C and not D? Well, there's C and not D. Boom. Okay, that's it. That's it. It's really simple. Where can you find it? Fill the row out. And if it's a column, okay, let's say it's this one. Okay, so that would be, just as an example, that's going to be not A and B. Or where can I find that? It's here. Boom. It would be all the way down here. Okay, so it works for the columns as well as the rows. But that's not what we're doing today. Okay, that only works if it's an and there's two of them. Okay, most of the questions, that's how they get shown to you. So actually that's dead simple, isn't it? Now, most important, please fill out zeros. I don't know if the examiner will mark you down for that one. I'm being pedantic, pretend that they do. So that's step 1, is fill the map out. Step 2 is, well, what's my groupings? Now, a naive one will be looking at this and this as two separate groups. That's not true. Actually, what we've got, if I use a red pen to do this one, we've got a grouping which wraps around, don't we? So actually, we always try and make the biggest group possible, and groups can wrap around the top here, going to here, or they can wrap around the sides. And also technically we can have the 4 corners as well. Now, I could have the 4 corners here, but actually my biggest group is a group of 8. So now I look at that group of 8 and work out, okay, what is the same across all of them. Okay, so I'm just going to switch drawing off, otherwise it's go weird. So what's the same in all of them? Well, not C is not the same because it's different on this one. Not D is the same. So I know it's something to do with not D. A changes each time. So does B. Therefore, the answer is not D. So year 12, that's what you need to be able to do. So step 1 is fill the map. Step 2 is find groups. Step 3 is win, because then it's easy after that, isn't it? Okay, really find the items that do not change. Now, another little tip is, if I just put a little shape on this, I can actually write the tip out. One big tip is if I've got a group of 8, then my answer will only have one term. What I mean by term is one letter. Okay, notice I've got a group of 8, I've got one term. Okay, if it's a group of 4, it's going to have 2 terms. So for example, something like A and B. If it's got a group of 2, then it's going to have 3 terms. Now notice the bigger the group, the more terms it has, means the bigger, longer the equation is going to be, therefore the worse it's going to be. Okay. Now, I'm going to do a second video on how to do the exact same thing but using Boolean algebra simplification. Okay, so year 12, that's not for you.